Hello, I think we are very much overdue for an apartment tour video, so welcome to today's video. It is a gloomy, drizzling fall day, so very overcast, very dark. Hopefully I can show the apartment even if the lighting might be a bit off, but it will really show you the coziness, the darkness of this very Londonian English flat. We are a married couple who lives in a 20 square meter, 200 square foot studio with a loft, but yeah, we make it work for us even though it is very small. I will leave the link up above to our previous apartment, which was literally right upstairs, which was even smaller. Anyways, let's get into this video. This is what it looks like right when you enter. So we have this door, which we actually have two doors, but this is really good for soundproofing so we don't hear pretty much any noise when anyone's walking in the hallway. We have some coats, some purses, some hats hanging on the door, so very good for storage. Also, right when you enter, you are hit with the stairs to the loft. But we've made pretty good use of the space underneath the stairs. So we have my overflowing boots collection, and then we also have this cabinet over here with extra storage. This cabinet was one of the later furniture pieces that we got for this place, and it's really good to maximize use of space, but also store things like socks, underwear, activewear, some pharmacy products. On top of it, we have a plant, one of our two plants in this apartment. We have a bottle of wine that was gifted to me, and then I also have this really cute fish mug from Vietnam that I got for Mr. Lydia, who is a Pisces. Get it? Also, right when you enter the apartment, you have my workstation. We really didn't have too much options for where to put desks, so this was kind of a good compromise. The desk is short enough that when you open the door, it actually doesn't get hit, surprising. And I'm not very picky about my work setup, so I really don't need that much room. But yeah, I work a 9 to 5, and when I work from home, this is literally how I work, where I work, and my work setup. This desk and this chair were from Facebook Marketplace, as is most of our furniture in this apartment, except for a few pieces here and there. I have a little storage box from IKEA underneath for cameras and stuff. Some journals, some jewelry holders, little trinkets. I also use this desk to hold my work bags. So yeah, fully functional, small area of this apartment. This space is quite dark, so I did add an IKEA lamp, which is very cute. It's very minimal. It was on my desk before in our last apartment, but yeah, that's Mr. Lydia's work area. Ladies, a word of advice. If you want to maintain a really good marriage or relationship and you live together, but you also want to maintain your interior design preferences, all you gotta do is give your man a corner of the house, a room, a little man cave where it's his area. He can do whatever he wants. Within reason, because to be fair, this area is still quite aesthetically pleasing, so good job for him. Or maybe I haven't fully given up control. Now it is time to show you kind of my favorite area of the apartment, which is this section, the center, where we probably spend most of our time. This is our living room. We have our keyboard piano, we have our couch from Facebook Marketplace that does open up. This opens up into a bed, which is really exciting, even though it's quite short. So a bed for a short person, which is not who we are. I also discovered that it leans back halfway, which is so cozy for movie nights, and yeah, it is a small couch, but mighty. We also have this coffee table, Facebook Marketplace as well. We also have this poof, I don't know if you can see it, that's right next to me, which to me acts as an extension of this couch. Really good for resting your legs because this is a very low couch. Your feet are basically on the floor, which also makes it feel like you have a bigger distance with the ceiling, like you have a lot more space. The couch doesn't take up too much room. But yeah, the poof was also Facebook Marketplace, and I really liked how it just worked with the whole setup. On this side of the apartment, we have our mantle big artwork. This was also Facebook Marketplace. We have our big TV, we have a console with storage underneath the TV. This is kind of like our primary focus of the apartment in terms of things going on, colors. But yeah, we have our second plant, 2 out of 2 plants. This was the original plant that we had in our last apartment. We have perfume collection, some cute family birthday cards that Mr. Lydia's family made for us, a jewelry holder that I got in Istanbul, and then we also have Mr. Lydia's football card hiding behind this plant. I think one of the funniest things about this apartment is that there's definitely a feminine, heavy presence here, feminine energy. It looks like a female's apartment, but there will be signs. There will be signs that I cohabitate this space with a male. You know, like the football card there, the PS5. I almost called it Xbox, but not to be confused with PS5. The random dumbbells that are hiding underneath my piano. I just think it's so funny. That was my very interpretive Fur-Elise. This piano is also a new addition to this apartment. It was a birthday present from Mr. Lydia. It's obviously not the best keyboard, but as a hobbyist pianist slash composer, this is good enough. I love that it's quite compact. I love the brown, dark brown wooden design. I just felt like it fit the apartment really well. I also love this fluffy piano stool that I found. Look at it. It's like a modern boucle piano stool. I was actually trying to find a vintage piano stool on Facebook Marketplace for months, and I thought I would just go with like the vintage character vibe of this place. But people in London do not like to negotiate on Facebook Marketplace, which is one of the biggest culture shocks for me. So I found them all to be overpriced and got this one instead, and I'm very happy. And finally, we get to what I call the money-making shot of our apartment, and it's the dining area, the kitchen area, the closet area. I love our big windows. I love how cinematic this area looks, and yeah, you can probably tell that as this area of my apartment is featured in all of my YouTube videos. I think it will be B-roll. It's gonna be B-roll, so don't worry. No sound.
So I'll get there eventually. I want to probably like in the end work with like trauma, grief, stuff like that. 'Cause that's like it's in your body, it's in your muscles. Yeah. So that's where the movement or something that I just wouldn't like it advice people to make a judgment and don't exercise usually obviously in Dubai if I was listening I would tell people. That's the one reason. Yeah.
This is our one and only closet in this apartment, but because we have utilized storage in other places under the TV, under the stairs, even in the loft, I do feel like we have more than enough storage space. We also did come here with 1 suitcase each from Canada, so yeah, this is her closet. This is also where we have our one and only full-length mirror. This is his closet. But yeah, we have room for more storage up here, our drying racks, some extra chairs that actually came with this apartment. And then I also have this rattan woven bag up here for storage, which I've kind of scattered throughout the apartment. They're in the loft to kind of keep like a continuous boho vibe going. I think we all know that this is my favorite part of the apartment. I got these curtains recently, maybe like 2 months ago off of Amazon, and these have really made the space cozy and warm. And then this is a vintage print. It's an English print that's an elephant and castle print, which is an area in London that we don't even live in, but we just thought it was really funny and we wanted to maintain something English in this London apartment. We have this amazing dining table that was one of the first purchases when we moved into this apartment. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I think it was the night we moved in, and I was like, go, we have to get this. It's beautiful. I love the cylinder column. And then we have this infamous mushroom lamp from IKEA that a lot of people seem to like in my videos, but I love it here, and at nighttime this is our main source of light, and it just makes the whole apartment super cozy. This side of the apartment is our kitchen. She is cute but very functional. We have pantry over here, all of our pots and pans and plates. Above the vent we have spices in these IKEA storage boxes, utensils, oil collection slash Cholula, which is Mr. Lydia's favorite thing and my least favorite thing. We actually have a gas stove, which I love cooking on, an oven. This is our fridge, if anyone was wondering. It's small, but honestly enough for 4 days worth of groceries for the both of us. I also love the stainless steel countertops. I think it was such a cool feature of this very tiny kitchen. I also love that the kitchen is the farthest point away from the bed in terms of the apartment. They're on a diagonal, which in our last place upstairs, the kitchen was right next to the bed, which was low-key kind of gross. So we have also a magnet collection over here. Unlike traditionally on a refrigerator, I really like it here, and it adds a bit of color to this kitchen. And it's just from traveling, like Vietnam, Greece, Amsterdam, Georgia. I think it adds a little bit of our own twist to this kitchen. We get a lot of questions actually about our bathroom, which I don't think I've ever actually fully showed on this channel, so here's the big reveal. So our bathroom definitely has a bit of a funky layout, but I love that it definitely still feels spacious. Of course, we have room for our toilet, our tiny little sink, bathroom cabinet, but we actually have a pretty big shower for a studio, if I say so myself. But yeah, to keep things interesting, I also got funky linens so that when you're doing your business, you have something interesting to look at. Personally, I also don't like owning a lot of products, skincare, makeup, so all of my skincare does fit in this skincare cabinet. There's more than enough room. And then all of my makeup sits in here above of my cabinet, and yeah, I really feel like that's more than enough. And if something doesn't fit, then I'm like, it's a sign, have to go through our products, because how many products can literally one person use? I think it's finally time to show you guys the loft, which is everyone's favorite part of our apartment. The loft is small but cozy. We have a double bed. I also recently acquired this beanbag sofa situation that I carried for an hour on the tube alone. And here's our bed. I found these beautiful pure cotton linens. My hack for deciding what linens to buy is to get inspiration from a really expensive website. So I found this color palette, this color combo on a very expensive website, and then kind of make your own knockoff. So there was a set selling for £300 in this color palette, and then I just went and bought the same color palette but from a cheap website and just bought everything separately, and I really like how cozy and unique this bed space feels. This is what it looks like if you're lying down. Ooh. Under the bed there we have storage. I really like this cozy pink frosted lamp that I got from IKEA. I think at night it gives a really cozy ambient light to this space. And then we also have more storage baskets underneath the bed for extra linens and blankets, so we really made good use of all the space in this apartment. And with that, I'm truly exhausted from filming this video, from running around my apartment, so it's already darker. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it got you inspiration for how to decorate and use your very small apartment if that applies to you. And with that, I will see you in the next video.